online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Welcome, everybody, to another Shark Tank After Show here in AfterBuzz TV Season 7, Episode 20!
Already
20 of
Already 20.
crazy.
Join the rest of the show. I'm Cameron Lewis, at The Only Cam Chef, Twitter and Instagram. Tonight we are talking about Better Back, Glace Cryotherapy, Linka. And what's this last one?
That's actually glace.
I didn't write it.
Yes. T-Espresso.
Yeah,
Espresso.
espresso.
I'm sorry, T-Espresso. Joining me to my left, per usual, Zoe Hewitt.
Thank you for that lovely intro. You even remembered to say my last name, which I generally forget. So you can find me, Zoe Hewitt, at Twitter or on Twitter or Instagram, or both places, really. Maybe we should just start again. You can find me at Zoe Said What. That's Zoe Said What. And to my left, hopefully, he can speak better than I can tonight.
What? You remind me of Lucy on Peanuts. You remember Lucy?
Is that a compliment? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I
don't
think
know.
I don't know what it was.
It's just kind of mean, isn't she?
So, no, it wasn't mean at all. No, I'm Chris Howard. I'll explain later. I'll unpack it. You look very distressed. I'm Chris Howard. You can reach me at Chris Howard Live. On Twitter, you can find me at legendarylivingdaily.com, legendarylivingtv.com, and I'm also doing The Prophet now, which I wish you guys would come and join me.
I love that show.
So we're doing it on AfterBuzz. Come and join me. I'm doing 2 episodes.
When do you
at a
do
time.
it?
We do. We still have yet to set the date. I'm supposed to talk.
I said I would.
Well,
Yeah.
I have no idea what it is, but I am
I did
game.
2 episodes.
James Lott Jr.
As always, I'm James Lott Jr. And you can find me on Black Hope.
See? No one can talk
let's start
tonight.
again.
I'm James Lott Jr. You can find me on Twitter at Black Hope LA. That's BLAK Hope LA and James Lott Jr. everywhere else.
So this is the first show I think we've had in a few weeks where it's just us, you guys.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
It is just us.
We've had the very lucky fortune
Yes, we have.
of having a few guests this past couple weeks. We had Tony from Spreads last episode. The episode before that we had
Sean from
Sean
2400.
from 2400 Experts.
Yeah.
That's been great.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has been.
A lot of support from you all out there this
Yes.
season, so that's been fantastic. We actually are waiting on
Yes.
Custard Stand
That's
Chili.
right.
hot dog chili to
Yes.
be delivered. I'm so excited about this.
So excited.
I will eat it on air. I will use a dude wipe to clean it off my face. James Lott Jr. would demonstrate how to use a squatty potty after
Oh my God.
you've done the chili.
And everyone who's listening is thrilled that they're listening instead of watching.
You
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
say that. He didn't
Chris is
say
going to
that.
use
That
the
was-
better back after
Better back.
eating the chili.
I'll need it.
What do I get? What do I get?
Zoe is going to Linka.
No. Show a T-Espresso.
Really?
Show a
She's gonna
T-Espresso.
lock her bike
You
up.
guys get to do all the fun stuff, and I get to lock my bike. Yeah, I mean, it's an
Locking your
interesting
bike.
product, but
He's
really.
responsible, that's why. We're not
No,
responsible.
but you get to do it in beautiful Amsterdam.
Exactly.
I just
Which
wanted
is a great place to go to, by the way.
That sounded like a Price is Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I was really
You and I
excited.
got
How did
to
I
fly
win?
round
Yeah.
trip to Amsterdam.
They had that on a, there was a series of Mad TV where they said, they were giving out the prizes at the end. They said, you're going to Bangkok for 2 weeks in beautiful British Columbia.
Oh man!
That's good. That's good.
And
That's
with
good.
that-
That's good.
And with that,
Yeah.
we'll start with better.
Yeah, I know. Jeez,
By the way, be a part of the
crackers.
conversation. Use the hashtag ABTV Shark Tank or hashtag Shark Squad.
Our
which
new
is
tag,
Shark
yes.
Squad, that's
Squad.
us.
a viewer submission. You can reach out to us there on Twitter. Find our handles below if you're watching on YouTube. So first up in the tank, Better Back, $750,000, 7.5% is what they are seeking. This is the back support device that you attach to your back and your knees
Yeah.
for better support. Zoe, first thoughts on this one. What do you think?
I understand the concept, and I actually have a lot of back trouble. I grew up horseback riding, which is hard on your joints. Yeah. So I always have a lot of, I always have a lot of back pain. So when I saw this is not Shark Tank After Dark.
You'd think it would be the horse that would have the pain, but you're saying that it was...
You guys, I don't weigh 500 pounds, for those of you
You
who
were on
are
a horse's back. You had the pain. We get it.
And
Let's control the story here.
Exactly.
Get your story straight. Were you riding a horse or...
Chris.
Sorry, he's on fire tonight.
I know.
Anyway. Yes, anywho.
Chris is in the process of moving, so I think his head's a little gummy.
All jokes
So,
aside.
all jokes aside.
This is something that actually hurts
So
your
I
back.
do have a lot of pain from riding.
Yeah.
And I have had, I've gone to physical therapy and stuff like that for my back. So I was excited to see a product like this. But you guys, it's so gimmicky to me. That's the thing. For one thing, you have to adjust it just right. So unless you know exactly what you're doing, you could be sitting in the wrong position anyway. You don't have someone expert there telling you to make sure you're exactly right. And that's half of my problem, where I sit something or do something and then realize I'm doing it wrong. So that was the biggest issue to me.
Now, Barbara mentioned that, but she said when she sat in it,
She said it was comfortable.
she said it was pretty comfortable,
Yeah.
and she sat right into it. So I thought the same thing, because I've had a lot of back pain, and they've got different, I don't know if you've tried those shoulder straps that tie your shoulders back and that type of stuff. So my first question was, what else is out there that already does it, that type of stuff. But I liked it. I mean, it was impressive that she did $1.2 million in sales. What's happening over there?
I'm gonna spill it.
Oh,
I pulled my back when I was saving my drink there. You need a better back. Anyway, sorry.
send
Chris.
it quick. No, I was just saying it was her initial sales were really, I mean, not just impressive, really impressive. To do, it was 1.2 million, I think, on Kickstarter in
Yes.
30 days.
You know, this is an interesting thing. Is a Kickstarter fundraising campaign, is crowdfunding considered sales?
It is, because people are buying the product. They're not just investing, they get something for it. I mean, the sharks look at it as...
Is it a true, would you guys consider as a true proof of concept, though?
No.
Because,
that's-
because
yeah,
it
that's-
hasn't been
That's
sent
where I
out. You
get
can't
tripped
return
up
it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's where, because to some extent, part of the attraction to giving money on Kickstarter and stuff like that is you think that you're kind of investing in the business, even though you don't get any kind of return.
Right.
Aside from, we're going to send you a postcard signed by the
a t-shirt.
team or whatever it is. So I think that's an interesting way to go about it.
It's impressive
It would
that-
make me a little nervous. It is really impressive. What did you say? She got 100 times her goal.
Right. Her goal was 12,500,
And
she
was
made
the first, was it
right.
right? It's her first woman to break $1 million?
right in just under
That's
a month.
great.
So really
That's
impressive.
incredible. And she had 890 grand in the bank after when all was said and done. So she produced this for nothing and had a bunch of money.
James Lott Jr., is this something you would use?
I think I've had back issues too. I rotated 2 discs out of my back a few years ago. They rotated out. My L4 and L5 rotated out. So I had to have physical therapy and the whole thing. I didn't want surgery. It's back surgery. You're ruined for life. And when I saw this device, I was like, I'm going to throw my back out again trying to put it on. I was like, it seemed like you said, it's kind of intimidating, which you don't want consumers to pick up anything that's intimidating,
Right.
and have a problem. Like, do you do it the right, like Zoe just said, did you put it the right way? Like, my back hurt just watching him put it on.
I didn't think it looked that
not a sense.
complicated.
It did to me.
Just had all those
So my
arms.
biggest fear,
It did
it's
to me.
interesting you say that, my biggest fear is you put it on, you know how like there's the knee strap?
Right.
Is that I move my leg and it slaps me in the face.
Right.
Like that's literally...
That's your biggest fear.
Yes. Because I'm the guy with, like the what is it, the rubber cords that you hold with your hands and push with your feet and stretch your legs. I always move my foot and it ends up coming back and hit me in the face.
Well, I'm telling you something. As a person representing one of the older people in the room, I don't want anything complicated.
Who's the other one?
Oh, somebody. My bad.
This is the
My
young
bad.
side of the table,
My
thank
bad
you.
is older. But for me, I want things to be as easy as possible. I don't have to go to my grandchildren and say, "Can you help me put Papa J put this on?" It's just for me. I want something simple that's easy just to put in, and I'm done. I don't want anything to look at and to think about it.
I will say I'm happy this didn't have any technology implemented into it.
Okay.
or integrated into it.
It'd have to be like
Because-
a RoboCop suit or something. Or like,
Because at that point, it's a jetpack. I would buy it.
Me too. I'm in.
At that
For
point-
$49, sure.
At that point, I think we start getting into that. I forget the name of the baby
Baby
changing
float?
table.
Oh, the changing table.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Where
remember the
it
name.
kind of seems like it's unnecessary technology.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did we expect the sharks to hop on this in any way?
No.
I thought this was going to be something. Again, if this works, it's great. I think it's an okay idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I could use it and probably like it. I don't know. I'm afraid of slapping myself in the face. But I did not expect them to be interested in this.
Me either.
And right, three of
And
them
there was
were.
3
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
5, yeah.
well, see, I saw the interest, and I'll tell you, there's the sales up front were impressive. The margins were extremely impressive. The question is, what's already doing that job in the marketplace? Is it just building a better mousetrap, as they said later, on a different product? And if it is, then what's going to position it in a better way than the rest of the marketplace, especially if the money was originally built on Kickstarter, to your point.
Right.
Yeah, so even though she had $800,000 in the bank, that is not a plan for $4 million, and that's what she failed to show that she had. So Lori going out on the edge to say, "Hey, I'll do something with this," is just because of her own vision. From my perspective, it's not because there was a credible plan that was believable or a real proof of concept.
Yeah, I mean, they even asked her. She mentioned something about, which I had never heard of before. It was like an Amazon hacker.
Yeah.
So somebody who goes in and
To put you
fixes
at the
growth
top.
hacker. So it's somebody, I guess, who goes in and affects the SEO or something like
Some
that.
marketing guy.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was saying they're going to go on Amazon US, UK, Germany, Canada, which I guess are the big ones. But it wasn't really clear to me if it was online she was going for mostly, or if it was retail, or what it was.
The moment she said, and that's where we'll get the eyeballs, Mark shot that right down because he knew that was bullshit.
Right, and
Excuse
he
me,
said
can I
it.
say that?
Yeah, you can
Just,
I
right,
mean-
he said specifically, it's
Right.
just because it's eyes on Amazon means
I'm on
nothing.
Amazon,
It's
that's
true,
just-
which is so true. Everyone can be on Amazon.
That's true.
I'm on Amazon right now,
Nice. As you're
Oh.
surfing,
selling this paper I just spilled water on.
I'm sure it'll go for a lot.
I think it will.
But speaking to the
So
point
many
of
entrepreneurs
also-
that don't know what they're doing say things like that, like, or they'll say that the market it's $1 trillion market or okay.
Yeah.
How does that prove that you're going to get the sales? Oh, I'll be on Amazon, so I'll get the eyes. And not to knock her too much because her product was good, she did something
Yeah.
great, but being on Amazon doesn't equal success.
It certainly doesn't mean what it used to mean.
No, not anymore.
Because Amazon now is
Huge.
the Walmart of
Right.
the
Yeah.
internet.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you can get groceries delivered to your
Yeah,
house
no,
from
exactly.
Yes.
Amazon,
Fantastic.
And
which is insane.
And actually, I was just doing price comparison online, and actually I
Yeah.
found stuff cheaper on Amazon than at Target.
There you
So
go.
I was like, oh. But also, with this product in particular, thinking about similar things, a lot of times for back support, use lumbar support, inserts, or like I have a nice chair that has
too,
a
I have one of
built-in.
those.
So I think what's interesting about this product in particular is that it can be for any chair. Like they showed
true.
examples of people on bar stools, or if you're sitting on the floor. So things like that where you wouldn't have that ability to put a
true.
lumbar cushion. So and I don't think it would snap back at you because I didn't get the impression that those knee
was
things
elastic?
I don't think they're elastic. Were they?
Okay.
I didn't get that impression that they were
Oh, that's probably
bandy.
true.
I thought they
Yeah.
were just fabric
Adjustable?
Yeah,
adjustable.
they're adjustable. That's true.
That would certainly decrease my fear.
Are you in now?
Because then I'm like, all right, I can do it. If it's adjustable, all right, then it's like a shoelace. But if
Oh,
it's
God,
elastic,
right.
holy crap, I'm gonna go blind.
Okay, what did you
Not a
guys?
good thing.
And what did you guys think when she wanted to go out and phone her friend? And I think they were all stunned when she said
I
that.
was like,
What are you
oh,
saying?
oh my
Don't
God.
do it, girl. Don't do it.
Before
Make
you
it-
answer that, just look at this on Instagram. Love your Shark Tank host. Somebody just
Oh,
said.
thank you. Who said
Thank
it?
you. Who
Give him
said
a shout out.
that? I'm gonna give you a shout out
That
here.
was AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV said it. Okay, thank you.
We love you too.
Keep sending the aloha.
Best shout out ever.
Just got a tweet from
the boss.
myself?
Camshaft. He says, "Hey, Cameron, doing a good job." Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you. Hold on, I'm sorry. Your point. Your
Phoning
point
a
was so good.
friend.
Oh yes.
I will say,
Good.
I understand, like, if I was in the tank and I was pitching a super organizer business, I'd call James Lott Jr. and be like, oh, what do I do? I get that need, I get that want, but it's always a mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
because it makes you seem indecisive.
Yeah.
She almost lost that deal. They were going to pull it. They were.
Well,
They're gonna pull it.
And she was smart because when she came back, she said, "You guys, I'm coachable. Don't do it. I'm in." So
No, I mean,
she came back
definitely saw
quickly.
it. Yeah,
Yes,
she
she
saw it.
realized.
But so we had 3 offers. Kevin, $750 for 25. Robert, it was 20%. Lori, $750 for 20. Kevin then modified the deal to a loan, $750,000 loan. This is becoming more popular.
Yeah, he's done it
kind of
several
offer.
times.
A $750,000 loan, 24-month return, 7.5 interest for 5% equity. Lori then changed her deal, $750,000 for a loan, 3 years return. 7.5% interest, same amount of interest.
No,
but
if she
8% equity.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
8% equity.
And then our friend here from Better Back, she countered at 7.5, which
Just dumb.
Come on,
That
half a point. Yeah.
James Lott Jr. If you had a choice of these 3 sharks, which one would you choose?
Well, Lori, 'cause I think this is a very QVC product.
Yeah.
I can totally see it flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
So she'll do it.
I agree. Chris Howard.
I agree too. I feel bad for calling her dumb. She's just she has more to learn, obviously, but I think that Lori came in with a great deal. I think it was dumb to argue for half a point. I think that it was dumb to say she was going to call a friend. But those are all green mistakes, and the fact that she came in and said she was coachable, that she was. It's just like, boy, there were so many times where she almost blew it and walked away with nothing.
Yeah.
But it was kind of neat, and they were patient with her.
Yes.
So that's what I liked about the deal. So I'm more interested in how it all panned out and played out. And I want to punctuate the point that you said was the lack of decisiveness was a real critical factor.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if I was in the tank, I would be very guilty of. I would, holy crap, I would just like
Is this
bend under
blind
pressure.
me or what?
$10 for 85%.
Would you send a tweet and say,
87.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Hurry, everyone. What do I do?
Zoe, Lori, was she a good partner?
Good partner.
Okay. Let's move on then.
Well, wait. Are we
Hold on.
voting
Yes.
in or out?
Yes.
We
You
have this new
guys, Cam
thing.
had a really good
Hold on.
idea.
Cam has a
Come on,
thing.
Cam. Fearless leader.
James Lott Jr., are you in or out on
I'm
Better
out.
Back? Oh.
So you would not invest.
No.
Chris.
Out. In.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be
Zoe.
The pressure, it's feeling so indecisive
but-
right now.
oh,
I
but-
thought
oh.
I was out and now I might be in. I think I'm out.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm out.
Okay.
I
You don't want to vote either, I know.
am in
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
because of this woman. I liked her.
Well, I liked her, but not with her.
I liked her too.
Fact-
So we've got 2 and
I'd
2.
like her number. Yeah,
goodness.
hold on. The in or out, because the thing is, they have to get the exact money they're asking for, huh? So they can't get. She couldn't get less than $750.
No.
And that was her big problem. I'll throw that in there too. She asked for too much money up front, so I think she was lucky to get the deal in the end.
Yeah, that's a bit.
that's a
hefty
lot
ask.
of money.
That's a lot of. That's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'd be bad at.
Chunk of
Can I
change.
get like $5,000?
Please.
I need to get a new company car, a van for deliveries.
No
What do you
deal.
need next month? I have no idea. I can't project that far.
That was the exact same thing I was asking myself when they said, what would you value that company at really? I wasn't asking myself if I could get a van. But what would you value that company at really? And the first number out of my mouth was $3 million. $3 million, $4 million,
Robert said like
which is
Yeah.
right about what they
Yeah,
said.
he said
Yeah.
that.
So she asked for way too much, but she got it. She played
She
the game
did.
and got it.
She
Kudos to her.
she navigated the waters, so to speak.
The shark-filled
pun
waters.
intended.
Oh, you guys, I was thinking.
Oh, you have an idea?
Speaking of shark-filled waters,
Yes.
which I guess
Is
isn't
this
that
another great
exciting
idea?
until something happens. I was thinking we could all get like little shark
Hats?
hats or something to
Oh,
wear
I love
next.
shark hats.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That's a great idea.
Thank
This is
you.
a-
Any viewers out there who make
Well,
shark hats?
He knows on Zoo I wear all kinds. I wear a bat hat on one episode, so
Yeah.
I'll wear a shark hat. No
Right?
shame.
So
I'm gonna
much
wear
fun.
all, like the left shark from the Super Bowl. I'm
Yes.
gonna wear the full shark outfit.
Oh my God! I could be the gay shark from What Happens Live. Left shark, gay shark.
You know what?
It comes
I'm
all the
in.
time.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Wait, which shark am I?
Are you saying it's right to be gay?
It's white to be gay.
Right. You turned this racist.
Oscar
What is this? What's
diversity?
happening?
What's going on?
Okay, anyway,
Okay.
let's move on.
Yes, Oscar diversity.
Moving
What's going
on.
If you're
Glace.
tuning in for the first time,
Glace cryotherapy.
Glace.
it would be glacé.
Huh?
Glacé.
They said glace.
No, they didn't.
say
Didn't
glace.
they?
No. I wrote it phonetically. It's glacé.
Yeah.
Glacé.
You're so precise.
If
That's
you're
good. You wrote phonetically. I just remember the accent. It's glacé.
But I wonder why it would be glacé, because glacé isn't even a French word. It would be glace in French. It wouldn't be glacé.
Let's write feminine.
Iced, I guess.
Okay.
Glacé. It would be past tense.
What a feather in your cap, Chris.
Glacé.
It's like,
He speaks French.
yeah.
100,000 for 15% is what they were seeking. So this is a cryo tube. We've seen these around. I don't know. Have you guys ever done one of these?
I did it.
You did it.
You did.
I did it. Yeah, I got
What was
a
it
video
like?
of it
What
and
do you
everything.
think?
No, I did it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
What do you like about it?
Well, the first time I went in, it was because, and the reason why I did it was because, the guy who plays James Bond, what's his name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel
There
Craig
were like 7
did
of
it.
them.
Ronaldo, not the other old James Bonds. They've been frozen already. You know, the one that was a joke. Frozen
I
already.
totally
Okay,
got
whatever. Okay, so, but yeah, Daniel Craig was doing it, and Ronaldo, the soccer player, was doing it, and he was getting all lean and ripped, and I wasn't feeling so lean and ripped myself, and so I went and I did this thing. And I went in and I froze my ass off. I mean, it was cold. My girlfriend did it. She lasted 1 minute and then they had to stop. They had to pull her out. So then I went like every morning, and it gets the endorphins flooding. It feels good. When I saw them putting Robert in it, I was like, oh man, you have no clue until they turn that on, because I knew what was coming. You don't want to be in there for the whole time. It's really miserable while you're freezing.
So it's $65.
Yeah, $65
For
per
1
session.
minute.
But it's amazing.
Yeah, what I would think that's about the equivalent of getting a chiropractic adjustment, because that's about the same amount of time.
What?
It's,
Yeah.
but
You
it's
go to the chiropractor and like,
Not for 3
you're done.
minutes.
but you
Like
love it.
20,
You love the
25. I mean,
Really?
Who are you going to?
I gotta change my doctor.
Yeah, I think so.
I go in and snap my neck.
Oh my god.
You know what I think of this as being the equivalent is? Tanning beds. It's a lot
Yes.
like the tanning bed business.
Yeah.
You go in, they plug you in,
Yeah.
you sit in there for 15 minutes. I mean, here's 3 minutes, and then they pop you out. That's how the business works.
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had it on a couple weeks ago.
They did.
They did it. They went and did. Lisa Vanderpump did it.
Was it her first time?
Her
or
first time.
Did she like it?
She said it was okay because one of the girls had done it before and said, "You're gonna do it," and the other Kim Richards was like, not Kim. Kyle was like, "I'm not doing it," but she went in there and she went in and she was like, "Oh, it really does work."
See, I've
did feel
heard
younger.
mostly a positive experience
Yeah.
for people who've done these things.
Yeah.
I had no idea it got this cold.
Oh,
250, yeah.
250 degrees below zero.
It's
And it can go
insane.
down to negative 280, they said.
I
even.
know.
How?
Yeah.
How?
No thanks.
I thought max. Like, I'm
it's
looking at this thing, I'm
liquid
like, okay,
nitrogen.
Yeah.
Negative
so you're not
30.
wet. You're not wet or anything.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like negative 30 is gonna be cold. Holy crap! But 250, 280.
They had somebody die in one recently. Did you
What?
hear about that? Yeah, somebody that ran one of the booths was in there, and what they think is that she actually inhaled the liquid nitrogen as it was coming up. So your head sits outside of it, so you don't breathe the stuff in.
Well, now I'm
So-
like terrified.
No, you should. But
I
here's
think
it.
I'm gonna freeze my inside.
No, you won't freeze
No,
your
you're going to
insides.
suffocate from liquid nitrogen.
Oh my god!
It's an amazing experience. People die doing
You guys
everything.
should go.
So
Just
it's-
don't breathe.
Yeah.
People die doing Shark
Everything.
Tank.
Yeah, people. Probably have.
Did you?
To be fair, of the two products we've talked about so far, I have a better chance of dying from the better back snapping me in the face.
They'll take your eye out.
Yeah, and that's not a slight against better back, because I'm sure you guys are great. It's a slight against the user.
Yes.
So anyway, Zoe, you were saying?
Oh, one of the things that struck me, I was distracted because Cam and I are playing Yeezys under the table a little bit.
What you doing?
Yeah, I think
You
he's
heard it
practicing.
here first.
One of the things that stood out to me, and this is not about the product, I don't know if it stood out to you, when they were talking about the sacrifices, we hear about living at home and the father sold his house. And did you hear the brother Skylar say that he doesn't have cable? That's his big
that is a
sacrifice. Did
Wait,
you guys catch that in the
What do
show?
you mean? He doesn't have
That,
cable.
that they were
Like,
talking
that's
about
a
how
big-
everyone has
Yeah.
sacrificed for this product
Exactly.
because
I
they're
did not
brother and
catch that.
sister.
Yeah, yeah, cable.
And the sacrifice that he made when he says, "My father sold his house and I don't have cable."
I'm prepared to go the distance.
Now, mind you, I love that barn. I was like, that barn was
It's
the
beautiful.
The barn?
It was beautiful.
It was like the best Airbnb I've ever seen.
Totally, it was beautiful. I was
But
like,
there's no cable.
no cable. I'd be upset.
The other thing is, I couldn't help but think of Austin Powers when I watched it.
What is that? Ice siblings. I'm thinking a form of pail of water. I'm thinking of the Wonder Twins. So it's like, where's my sister? I'm a twin. Where's my sister? We should be talking about the Wonder Twins. Form of woolly mammoth. I kept thinking ice siblings. I was like, okay.
Here's the thing on the business, though. The whole business side of it is when you look at the cryotherapy, these things are popping up every place.
Yes.
It's a neat business. It's trendy. People like it. We don't know if 10 years from now we're going to find out, like just like the tanning beds, that it was killing us that we were doing them. I don't know what's going to happen from that. But in terms of making it work, I'm shocked because Barbara ended up putting money in, but I'm shocked that she did because it's just a small little. You can't even call it mom and pop. It's like brother and sister.
It's like Float Baby, you guys. Didn't you think of Float Baby this whole time?
It's exactly like Float Baby.
It's exactly like that.
This is Frozen Baby.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a little bit. So I think it's similar. It's terrifying. I think it's similar to Float Baby, but it even appeals to a larger audience than Float Baby, and so it seems like no, but I mean, because like every different age can do it, but to that extent, there's so many of these out there.
Yeah.
There's so many of these things out there. Like it's for the amount of people that sell iPhone cases.
Yeah.
Type of out there, like 7-Elevens have these things now.
Yeah, it's like saying I'm going to go invest in your iPhone case business. It's like, why?
And so
you think there are that many cryogenic places? Really?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There are more and more. Especially in big cities. I was saying big cities. There are more. I've seen them in New York.
I think that's probably true.
I've seen them in New York, and there's some in LA, Beverly Hills in LA. And they were going to go to San Francisco, but I believe there is one in San Francisco already, I believe.
Or it's like saying I'm gonna invest in your dance studio, or I'm gonna invest in your. It's like there's nothing that's special about it
except the person in that
except
case.
For the person.
Which, by the way, there is a world where this exists successfully, where you do pick the right person.
Oh yeah.
And they do go and kick ass, and they do open one in every corner. Yeah. But it's so hard to see that.
Robert made that point though. He's like, you need to come back with. He says you're not ready. He said if you had a game plan to expand, and if they were going to, I guess they can't really. They could license a business architecture that they created that was built around the machinery and license that out or franchise that out perhaps in some way. But for them, there was no real big play to be made here. That's why I'm surprised that Barbara went in.
Yeah, and I think that Kevin said something about these machines cost $55,000. What's to stop me from buying one and opening my own thing and whatever? And there's nothing.
And that's what they said too. They said nothing.
Which I was surprised by that answer.
And that no one jumped on them for it. Normally that's something the Sharks
that's
always
true.
jump on.
Being nice.
James Lott Jr., do you think that Barbara invested because she didn't know that this business has the amount of business out there?
No, I think Barbara kind of knows. I mean, I just think that she said specifically and vaguely at the same time, I can build this business to $1 million of sales. She didn't say how or why. Because she didn't really explain in detail like how she's going to do that.
And she said in a year, I think.
Yeah, she said she felt very confident.
So you think that she already knew that this market exists?
Yeah, she thinks it's probably beneficial, and she's in Manhattan. Maybe she's thinking there's a way to really do this, and I think I trust Barbara.
True, she's a savvy.
I do trust
Maybe
Barbara.
she'll put them in her high-end, like apartment buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we all trust Barbara.
Built an audience. I do.
But no, I do. She's one of the few ones I'm like, I trust her. I trust her. She doesn't jump on everybody. She doesn't just get everybody when she decides to choose to work with somebody.
And Lori, I think, kind of. Universally, I'm like, they're going to do it.
Well, they care. They care. So their heart's in it. And I think she sees them as being a couple of young business people that she can help. And yes, they can build it. She's not seeing it as a big money play, but she's just seeing it as, okay, I can get involved with this. Why not? Yeah. It's like,
They did end up getting a deal, as we said, with Barbara. $100,000 for 30%, which I thought was a fair deal.
Yeah, that's good.
Given the history there.
There was one other point. Did you guys catch this?
Is there another point?
There was another one. I made a note.
I could feel you wanted to
I did, because I just noticed my note. Did you notice also? Wait, what?
There must be then.
I saw you staring at my lips. Waiting for me to stop.
I was not staring
I know.
And she
I
licked her
am now.
own. She was like, my dogs do that when they're hungry. You must have another point.
So what was it? What was
This
the final
side of
point
the
there?
table is so much fun, you guys.
We saw that Insta fire.
Well, you know, Cam and I didn't want to admit it.
Yes.
But they were talking about, can't anyone do this? And they said, you know, about putting, you know, and I'm sorry. So then Skylar and Brittany, the siblings,
Yes.
said there's an art to putting people in the machine.
Oh,
That's
right.
why they're special. You guys, what is the art to putting people in this machine? I don't understand
I
that.
think putting your head above the line so they don't breathe in the nitrogen.
Like, how
That's
is
the
that
art.
Probably wanna do
Survival.
that.
Survival is the art.
There actually
As it happens.
there's a lot of safety and security things that they have to, because you can't touch. When you stand on the inside, if any part of you touches it, like remember that old movie. What are you guys? Is nobody listening to me?
I'm listening to you.
I'm distracted. I'm listening.
AfterBuzz is listening to you. They're going to
movie.
tweet you.
Remember that old
AfterBuzz is
movie?
going to tweet. Good job, host.
Yeah, thanks. Chris carried it all. Thanks a lot. Now, remember that old movie Christmas
I'm
Story?
going to look at Cam's
Yes.
lips
Where
now.
the had the
Yes.
tongue stuck to the pole, right? If any part of you touches that frozen stuff, you get stuck. So you like. you have
What?
to- I swear to
Really?
God, yeah. So you stand there like this.
See,
you
no
can't touch
thanks.
anything. You're freezing like that.
I'm out.
And then once your
shrink?
head comes up above the nitrogen, then they bring you back down and you step out. But after all this, I still like it and I'd like to do it again. And you step out, and now once you're out, you're like, thank God. You know, it's kind of like anything that you are really dreading, and then you finish it, and it was like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
But it sucked the whole time. That's what this is.
My first marriage, yeah.
Yes.
Kidding. I'm not married.
Yeah, you said you're
But
first.
the,
Yeah,
there you go. But yeah, so it's not like a Picasso kind of art. It's keeping your limbs.
Yes.
But you guys, can't anyone be trained to do that?
Right.
That's what I thought.
know.
I was so out there
Would
to
you
me.
feel comfortable with a trained 16-year-old going, come on in, Miss Hewitt. Make sure to keep your head above the line.
Don't touch your
Texting
body
your friends.
As you're texting, good job on AfterBuzz, guys.
James
Shark
Lott Jr.
Squad.
James Lott Jr., you in or out?
I'm out.
Chris Howard.
You know, I love the business. I actually thought of getting into the business with these two young kids. I don't know, but I'd get into the business, so I'd say I'm in and out.
No, you don't get to be in and
can't be in and out.
No.
Ah, okay, all right.
No,
Okay,
no,
all right.
no.
I'll be in because I like
Okay,
the business.
there you go.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry.
I am
Commit.
so far out. I'm in Antarctica right now.
Okay.
Ooh, I think I'm out on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
I'm looking at those.
I'm with Barbara. It's a labor of love. There's something in it. It's a neat business. I think it's like a tanning bed business that you could literally.
It could be.
You know, it's kind of like when you get a storage shed units and you rent those out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nobody's listening to me. What are you?
I
No,
am.
you're laughing.
How is this like a storage shed?
Because once they breathe the nitrogen, you lock them up in these units.
You can freeze your belongings
No, sorry.
for a long period of time. Preserve your antiques.
I think I'm tearing up.
Oh my God.
Oh.
No.
You know what? Speaking of being in or out, James Lott Jr., remind the people they can be in or out of our podcast.
Yes, you want to go ahead and follow us on YouTube and SoundCloud and iTunes. Go to AfterBuzz TV and then go ahead and find us. We're the only Shark Tank podcast under AfterBuzz, so you can't miss us.
Hashtag
Shark Squad.
Right.
Hashtag Scarf.
That's right.
Shark
That's
Squad.
right.
Straight from Chris Howard Live, that was.
Live.
2 more businesses and an update we have to get through here.
Oh, yes,
Rest
we
of the
do.
show.
Yes.
Let's go next to Linka, $250,000 for 10%. This is the smart bike lock. Chris Howard, first thoughts.
I really liked it when I saw it. I thought it had all the bells and whistles. I was like, wow, that's all really cool. I think that the Sharks could have done something with it. I understand their reasoning for not liking it so much.
Yeah. And what do you think that reason was?
I thought you wouldn't ask. What the hell am I gonna say? No.
You just look like you were in the tube.
The whole issue was that it made the bike. It didn't give the perceived danger to the potential thief.
Yeah.
That that a dog would give with sharp fangs on it, or that that the chain, it didn't give the right deterrent to a potential thief, is what they said, either through a loud alarm or through a hefty looking something substantial that they'd have to break through. And so their logic was right. All of their reasoning was correct. And I think this guy may still have some development to do to get to the point where it solves those issues, because those issues will come up for people. But it's a neat product. That's what I think. Yeah.
It is interesting. The technology is pretty interesting. I think it should look a little bit more intimidating. Like maybe it's red or chrome or something. I don't know. It has fangs on it.
That's the thing.
The quote from Robert was indeed, buy a dog. That's the best form of security.
I love that.
Lott Jr., do you have a dog to protect your home?
Scrabble is a Chihuahua. Thanks. To protect my home. He's like 12 pounds. Yeah, he's pretty good. He has fangs.
Do you guys think this is a valid point, though? Zoe, whenever you hear a car alarm going off, is it something that actually alarms you?
If it's mine.
That's true. You got a point.
What's a good point she's making, actually, if somebody else's.
That's true.
But you're right. It's basically white noise. And I agree that a lot of protection systems, whether it's home protection, whether it's a bike protection, it's all about look.
Yeah.
And so you just need, even if that chain isn't even locked, you could wrap the chain around your bike, and I think that would do something. So I think that there is an element of that. And when Barbara said she rides a bike daily, was anyone else surprised?
I was like, what?
I was pretty surprised, but like, I kind of want to go bike riding with Barbara.
Are you a big cyclist?
Huh?
Are you a big cyclist? I didn't know that.
No, I'm not.
Oh. You just want to ride with Barbara?
Yes, I do. I would become a cyclist if I could ride with
Barbara, aren't you?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like the
That's an
Us
official
Weekly.
date request. Is she married?
She has kids, I think.
Oh, does she?
I don't
Sorry,
know.
Barbara.
She does have kids, but I'm not sure if she's married.
But it's like that Us Weekly stars.
CamIsSingle.com. Hashtag. All right.
You and Barbara, that'd be
Bike
crazy.
rides with
Hook it up, Chris. It costs $45 to make. MSRP is $129.99. If you have the chain option, $159.99. Now ask my friends of the Shark Squad, why wouldn't you buy the version with the chain? Why would you buy the version that you could just walk away with?
Why don't you? I mean, but you could just have a regular bike chain then in that case.
Is
It doesn't cost this
Is
much.
$160 too much for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It is. I mean, here's the deal. As the Dutchman in the group, because my family is Dutch, so when they mentioned Amsterdam, I'm like, of course, the bike capital of the world.
Yeah.
These are cutesy. I think over there, they could use them over there. It's a whole different. It's a whole
Because
different.
everybody's eating mushrooms and smoking the
And so when the alarm goes off, you're like, yeah!
No, they're eating Gouda cheese and drinking espresso.
Okay.
Not tea-espresso.
Not tea-espresso.
Tea-espresso.
And I think they're cute enough for over there, but I think in America we need things like this. You're saying they're just a little more. The perception is like, and plus a lot of my friends who ride bikes don't have money. They can't spend that much money on.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, there's some people who do high-end bikes. And like you said, they're cyclists. They're really. A lot of my friends, they're like, give me a $15 chain from Big Lots, and I'm ready to go.
That's fine.
That's right. I mean, I had two bikes in college. The price of both of those combined was not $160.
Right.
So I can afford to have bikes stolen for this price.
Were they ever stolen?
Go ahead, steal my bike.
Yeah, both of them.
And did you lock them up? And they were like the chain was
they were stolen.
Really? The chain was cut?
Yeah. There was one who had the chain. There was the other one had a U-lock that they got into.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Wow. Maybe this is a
But
bigger
that's
issue than I
That's why
thought.
it purposefully bought. It happens on college campuses a lot.
Yeah, it does.
They're targeted because that's like a swath of bikes.
Oh yeah.
Like I went to a school in Orange County when there's like a lot of privileged kids. There's like a lot of $500-$600 bikes. Those are the ones that get targeted.
It happened to my grandson 2 months ago at high school. They stole his bike. And they actually caught it on tape. Someone just took, he had it all locked up and everything. I mean, my daughter had bought all these locks, and they took it.
Wow.
You know, I will agree with Chris. I think the technology is interesting. I think this is a cool thing that was invented. But in terms of the business being practical, I don't know if it's there.
And you know what else it needs too as part of the app is a low jack, like a GPS, not just to tell you, hey fool, your bike, your bike was stolen. Okay, but where is it?
Right.
But what bike is going to be worth tracking unless you're going to a school like that? Or,
But if it already has the chip in it, why not?
I feel like
replace it for $100, right, or $100-$200.
See, that's where I get stuck with it.
It's like the lot costs the same amount the bike costs.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
why bother? Right?
Yeah. So no deal. All the Sharks went out on this one. So let me ask you this, James Lott Jr. Are you in or out?
I'm out.
Chris Howard.
Out.
Zoe. And I am out as well. Sorry, Linka. We love you.
We love you.
You are great.
Like your beard.
You're really, really good. Yeah, great beard.
I love his beard. I love his
Love
beard.
that guy.
It's all just.
Last in episode 20, Tea-Espresso, $50,000 for 10%. This is concentrated tea shots? Question mark?
I'm so confused by this whole pitch. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I'm
So
completely
there's a
confused.
How
lot
could
of
somebody
things
leave you speechless?
I'm completely confused.
What are some of the things she's throwing around at this business?
I don't know. What is she doing on this business? I'm like, I saw tea bags and pots and some thing. I mean, it was like, I'm like, I have no idea what she's selling or what I mean, it's $12 for the pouch for the espresso. I got the idea of what she was trying to create, kind of, but I don't know what she was selling.
Are you saying she could use some organization in her presentation?
Yes, exactly.
Zoe,
I can clear this up.
Okay, clear it up.
I can clear it up.
Please.
So she has essentially 2 products.
Okay.
So we have the first product, which is the cups of tea that she gave them with all of the great flavors. You know,
Okay.
she had, I think, a vanilla
well, no,
one.
when you say the product is a cup of tea.
Yeah, I thought the same thing he did.
No. So it is literally like when you go to Starbucks and buy a cappuccino.
Okay.
It
Like
is
Tazo teas. Like you're
exactly.
Okay.
And in fact, I live in Pasadena. There's a place called Bird Pick that does fancy
Okay.
teas like this.
Okay.
Bird
so,
poop?
Bird Pick, P-I-C-K. Oh, the place is fabulous.
Really? Oh, good.
Yeah, and so they do like all sorts of great
Okay.
flavors.
Okay.
So that's the first part.
That's
So
one thing.
basically, she wants to sell high-end, interesting teas.
With all those
Okay.
different
And
flavors
that's what she
everything.
gave them as samples.
Okay.
So that was number 1.
That was number
one.
one.
Okay.
The second part, what you buy in the tea bags, is the concentrated tea that she says will not make you jittery but has the same amount of caffeine as coffee. So it's essentially like you'd go to the Starbucks, let's say, and buy your bag of coffee grounds.
Okay.
She's selling you your bag of highly processed, however she processed it, tea.
So, but
And those
even how you're
pots-
explaining it though right now is when you say it's the cups of tea, and this was the problem she had with the sharks was, so but what you're saying is she's selling to the tea merchant who then retails, she's wholesaling to a retail outlet that sells other people tea.
Well, she's selling to any place that would serve
Right,
a cup of
that supplies tea.
That would serve
Right,
a cup of tea.
so-
And as far as those pots and things were concerned,
Okay.
those are normal pots you can buy anywhere.
Those are the
are
mocha
just
pots.
those are not special.
Right.
Right,
Those
but I
are
thought
just
she was
for
saying
steeping
that
tea
one
and things
thing
like
was.
that.
Yeah, you were about to say, because I cut you off, you were about to say about the proprietary technology that she had the patent on. Which
The
was,
proprietary technology was how she managed to put those tea leaves together into what I'll call like the coffee, essentially what are coffee grounds.
Yeah.
So, or coffee beans. So it's how she managed to package the tea leaves to make them highly concentrated, to not give you those jitters and all that. So she had 2 products essentially, but I think she had no clear concrete goal, especially for only $50,000, of where she was going to take them. Did she want tea stores like Starbucks, or did she want to sell this tea, in which case you don't need to buy those pots and things she had, she didn't make. You can buy those anywhere. You can buy them in like Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I struggle with this one is Allison's her name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I love
Devane.
Allison.
Yeah, she was
Allison was
neat.
great. Definitely somebody I would want to work with. And I respect the fact that she wants to get where she's going, but she doesn't necessarily know how to get there. I don't doubt for a second this is somebody who wants to work their butt off. And somebody who comes in with the attitude of, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. The danger of that is that it's not specific enough to get an investment from these guys. When you're saying cups of tea, you're saying concentrating tea grounds, right?
Right.
The concentrated
I guess for lack of a better
and
term.
then the
tea
other
leaves.
element, the other element is this technology that she was throwing around. There's just so many different things. And I think when it comes down to it, tea has been around for a long time. Wouldn't this have happened by now if it was going to take off?
No, so but it is. I love this
Didn't the
concept.
Chinese?
Do you?
I
bring
do.
this-
I love this concept that it doesn't give you all of the jitters and the crash. It's concentrated, and tea is healthier than coffee. I mean, I love the idea. And like I said, I love Bird Pick in Pasadena, where you can go and get these fancy, fun tea drinks. So I like it. Like, I would definitely go buy this.
What I didn't understand, what I don't know to be true, because she made the claim that it doesn't give you the jitters. Well, how do
How
they
did
know
she-
that that's
True.
true?
This is true.
Because isn't
Okay,
caffeine
yeah.
caffeine?
Proven.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like what's.
Well,
don't
I think
get
it
that.
has to do with the type of caffeine, because like if you drink green tea, it's a different
Right,
type
well, I know that part.
of
You get a
caffeine.
crash from green
You
tea?
don't.
No.
It has to
No.
do with some like how it's metabolized. Maybe
metabolized,
I don't
yeah.
know, but I do know when I lived in Japan, I could not drink green tea at night because I would be up all night because
Oh,
the
wow.
caffeine. I had to
Just
stop and to cut myself off.
Zoe on a wire.
James, Of the four-ish, I don't know, of the different areas of the business, which one of these do you think is the most investable? So we have, again, the business where you're essentially buying cups of tea. You have the grounds. You have...
There are only two businesses.
It seems like there's more, though, right?
I don't think so.
So let's go with the two. Of the two, what do you think is more investable? It's a hard call,
I can't
right?
really comment. I'm still confused.
And I think but that's my
really
point.
am.
That's my point. Is I think it's like on one hand, you could do a Starbucks type business, and that could feasibly be.
See, the way she's talking about
like
set up a place where you do this. That might then set up a
That's a business.
A business.
But I think the idea.
Or get it at Starbucks.
I think the idea that you're going to replace Starbucks is kind of a lofty goal.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I think that you go at it a different route.
As
Like for example, she's even serving the sharks in this. Tea drinks that taste like desserts.
Yeah.
You're not competing with a cup of coffee at that point.
Yeah.
You are, of course you are.
Well,
who doesn't go to Starbucks and get like the fancy mocha frappuccino
Well,
and
you,
the salted caramel frappuccino?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm
That's
just throwing
true.
these drinks out.
That's
I mean,
true.
So of course these are all dessert
The
drinks.
point is, she's not a business person. She doesn't have a business model, and they don't see any way that she didn't present a viable way to monetize what she's talking about. She has this vague vision of, and more power to her. She's just starting. So I mean,
She's great.
Yeah,
I love this. I love
would you go for a bike ride with her?
Oh, heck yes.
Okay.
You kidding me? I
that's-
would go in a frozen tube with it.
Hashtag Cam
don't
is
touch.
single. Hashtag Cam is
Oh
single.
my God.
But
Get stuck to her.
oh jeez.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
That's
sorry. Backtrack.
inappropriate.
That was never said. In any case, the I don't know how to recover from that. I'm
She
doing my
quit her
best,
job
Cam.
for this, right? It's impressive.
No, yeah, she
really put her
and
heart
here
into
she
it.
is. She's putting herself out there, but she didn't. She needs what she does need is a business partner that's going to school her and put a model to what she can do. She wasn't ready for the Shark Tank.
Yeah. Again, I think that I would love to work with somebody like this. I hate when this happens. When you see these people in the tank, they're just trying so hard, and not to say she's not going to be successful, because there's certainly a good chance of this happening, but it's like, man, I just want them to get it.
Yeah.
I want them to like hit it because I know they're going to be good to some level. Wrapping things up, let's go through it. James Lott Jr. in or out?
Out.
Chris Howard.
Out.
Zoe Hewitt.
In this form, I have to say out, but I'm giving a caveat that if I feel like it could go into other stores, and this is something I would buy. So while I wouldn't invest, it's a please come back.
I will do a in with a caveat as well, which is
Only if she comes on the show.
I think if she were to target the area of the business where she's only selling the tea to people,
I'd buy the tea. No, I'd buy the tea.
Yes.
You're talking about the tea in the bag. That's what you
think
want.
that's-
Yeah,
I think
that's what I would
it.
buy that.
Because you sell it as espresso tea.
I drink tea every morning. I don't drink coffee anymore. I drink tea every morning.
I think that's the business. So anyways, that is that. Those are our 4 pitches. Let's get into our update real quickly. Diaper Y?
Piper Y.
Piper
Piper
Y?
Y.
I always
Diaper.
forget how to pronounce this one. Piper Y.
Wrote it phonetically.
Joey, remind it to us.
So this is the health.
Remind it to us. Remind us of it.
I'm like, this English.
Well, good now. Every single person at the table has.
I need to go to a frozen tube.
That's right. He's thinking of a bike ride down a frozen tube.
So basically, Piper Y, it was on earlier this season. It's a healthy, natural deodorant. Excuse me, you guys. I'm
Apparently
so sorry.
Zoe ate some before the show.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm still getting over this horrible cold. I apologize. Anyway, when they first came on, they had about 110,000 in sales, and in just 4 weeks, they're up to 1.3 million, which is amazing. And one of the things that I thought of also with this update is we've seen a lot of updates from this season, which has been fun.
Yeah, we have.
That is true.
And I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's amazing that you can start a deodorant company
Yeah.
in a month.
I know. It is amazing.
That's pretty amazing.
Like 1.3 million.
Get 1.3.
know.
What the hell?
What am I doing in organizing?
But that
Well,
goes to show
they
you,
threw that noise.
never know
Right.
which one of these
Yeah,
things
true.
is going to
Well,
take
what they didn't
off.
say was they launched in France, and that just gave them a huge
Oh, my
advantage.
God.
No, just kidding.
No.
Sorry, je suis désolé.
Valid.
C'était pas vrai.
No, it's not.
Piper Y. Congratulations to Piper
Hashtag can't
Y.
condone.
I like that one.
I did too. I like that one too, actually. You can't
That's a
condone.
good one. Well,
Hashtag
that
can't
is
condone.
episode 20, my friends. James Lott Jr. Tell the people at home where they can find you.
You can find me.
What is your address, Jim? Where's the Chihuahua?
Not at your home. Tell the people watching and listening at home where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me at Black Hope LA on Twitter, James Lott Jr. everywhere, and yeah.
And what's your social security?
5.
Chris Howard.
You can find me at Chris Howard Live, legendarylivingdaily.com, legendarylivingtv.com, and also on The Prophet. Come over, guys. We need you. So we're doing The Prophet. So watch that too on
That's
AfterBuzz.
a CNBC show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not on CNBC. I'm on the AfterBuzz.
Well, yeah,
We got that part.
Yeah.
I'm Zoe Hewitt. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Zoe Said What. That's Zoe Said What. You can also find me on YouTube at Zoe Hewitt Hosting, where I do a weekly movie analysis show. I talked about Eddie the Eagle this week, which was fabulous.
Oh,
Which one?
Eddie the Eagle.
Was it good? It was
It
good?
was not only was
Oh,
it good,
is
but
it?
there were tons of fun details to watch for.
Okay. You can follow me at the Only Camshaft Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to this podcast and every one of our others at AfterBuzzTV.com or iTunes. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.